When you reach your 60s and beyond, who will genuinely be there for you? Earlier in life, the answer might appear simple: your loved ones, close friends, those you've trusted for years. But as you age, things start to shift. Life moves on, people get busy, their focus changes, and you begin to notice that the support you once counted on might not be as steady as it seemed. In this video, we're going to explore 6 key foundations that may prove more dependable than family as time goes on. This isn't about distancing yourself from loved ones. It's about recognizing where lasting strength comes from and ensuring you're not left unprotected when support is most critical. By establishing a solid base with these 6 pillars, you gain the kind of freedom and resilience that helps you face life's ups and downs. Stick with us until the end, because these 6 supports could reshape how you think about true stability. Once you get them, you won't feel helpless, isolated, or caught off guard again. Before we start, we ask you to like the video and leave a comment to help the channel grow. Subscribe and activate the notification bell to stay updated on our content. Now, let's begin. The first pillar is your financial security. The most consistent support you'll ever have isn't a person, it's your financial self-reliance. While money doesn't guarantee happiness, it does bring comfort, options, and peace of mind. As you get older, depending on family financially isn't a solution, it's a gamble. Your kids have their own lives, their own costs, their own families to support. Even with all their love, they might not be able to help when it matters most. Think of Richard, a 72-year-old who believed his children would step in if money became tight. He had helped them through school, lent money when they needed it, and was always a phone call away. But when an unexpected medical bill wiped out his savings, he asked for help, only to discover his children were already struggling with their own debts and responsibilities. Not because they didn't care, but because life is unpredictable. That's why financial stability is such a crucial support system. It's not about being rich, it's about being ready. It means having emergency savings, a dependable income, and knowing how to manage your finances so you're not forced to rely on others. If you're over 60, ask yourself, am I financially prepared for surprises? Is my retirement income safe? Have I reduced my financial risks? If not, now's the time to act. Learn how to manage your budget, stay out of unnecessary debt, and invest in your future security. Because in the end, your financial health will always be there for you, no matter what happens. The second pillar is your physical well-being. There's one thing in life that no love, wealth, or outside help can replace: your health. After 60, your body either supports you or holds you back. You could be financially secure, but without good health, your independence disappears. And while family may love you, they can't make healthy choices for you, can't work out for you, and can't hold back time for you. That responsibility lies with you. Many people overlook their health, thinking someone else will be there to help when needed. But even the most caring families have limits. They may not be able to provide the care you need. Relying on others for your health can leave you feeling helpless. That's why taking charge of your health today is one of the best things you can do for your future. Consider Carl, a 68-year-old who used to be fit, but let his routine slip after retiring. He thought he'd get back to it eventually. But his energy dropped, movement got harder, and basic tasks became a challenge. His kids came by when they could, but daily help wasn't possible. Eventually, he understood that staying independent meant taking ownership of his health, not later, but now. You don't need to train like a pro athlete. But small, steady actions can truly make a difference. Keep your body moving each day. Choose foods that nourish rather than harm you. And stay on top of your checkups. Seriously, if you've been ignoring persistent pains, aches that won't disappear, difficulty walking, or changes in energy levels, it's time to pay attention. Your future self will appreciate every healthy decision you make now. Because ultimately, your most reliable source of support isn't your children, siblings, or friends. It's your ability to stay strong, active, and self-sufficient. And by focusing on your health today, you'll need to rely on others much less later. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please leave a 2 in the comments to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Now let's continue. The third pillar is your social circle. A common mistake many people make as they age is withdrawing from others. It often happens slowly. Friends move away, loved ones pass, and before you realize it, your social circle has shrunk more than you expected. The issue with this is that without strong friendships, loneliness can creep in. And loneliness, especially after 60, can be dangerous. It doesn't just impact your emotions, it affects your health, cognitive function, and even your life expectancy. You might think that family will always be there for companionship, but here's the reality. Your children are busy with their own lives, careers, families, responsibilities. They may love you, but they can't be your sole source of connection. That's why having a solid social network is so vital. The people who check on you, make you laugh, and bring joy into your life. These relationships aren't a luxury, they're a necessity. Take Margaret, for example, a 73-year-old woman who had always depended on her family for companionship. She had 2 sons who loved her dearly, but over time, they got caught up in their own work and family lives. The calls still came, but the visits and weekend get-togethers became less frequent. Margaret began to feel lonely, waiting for calls that didn't always come. Then, she made a change. She reconnected with old friends, joined a local community group, and picked up hobbies that introduced her to new people. Soon, her life was filled with conversation, laughter, and a renewed sense of purpose. She no longer needed to wait for family visits to feel connected. She created her own connections. Friendships, community groups, and even casual acquaintances offer something invaluable, a sense of belonging. Whether it's a neighbor you chat with, a book club you attend, or a class at your local gym, having people around you, beyond your family, creates emotional strength. The more relationships you foster now, the more support you'll have in the future. So ask yourself, who in your life right now brings you happiness? If the answer isn't clear, it's time to expand your social circle. Because, at the end of the day, a strong social network isn't just about having company. It's about surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, remind you of your value, and enrich every stage of your life. The fourth pillar is your sense of purpose. One of the most underestimated forms of support isn't found in another person, but in your own sense of purpose. After 60, many people begin to feel a shift. The roles that once gave life meaning, being a parent, a worker, a caregiver, start to fade. Retirement comes, children become independent, and life slows down. Without a clear direction, it's easy to feel invisible, unnecessary, or even lost. The reality is, no matter how much your family cares for you, they can't provide you with purpose. That's something only you can create. Having something to wake up for each day, whether it's a passion, a project, or a goal, keeps your mind sharp, emotions balanced, and life meaningful. It's what keeps you involved in life instead of merely observing. Take George, a 70-year-old retired engineer. Initially, when he left work, he was excited about the idea of relaxation. But after a few months, he felt uneasy, like something was missing. His days felt hollow. His kids visited occasionally, but they had their own busy lives. That's when he decided to act. He began volunteering at a local school, teaching young children how to build things. Before long, he had a new reason to get up every morning, something that made him feel valued, useful, and connected to the world. Purpose doesn't have to stem from a career. It can come from anything that brings you joy and makes you feel alive, such as learning new skills, mentoring, gardening, painting, traveling, or even setting personal goals. It's about engaging in activities that keep your mind and emotions active. If you've been feeling like your best days are behind you, it's time to shift that perspective. Your purpose doesn't vanish as you grow older, it evolves. The more you invest in finding meaning in your day-to-day life, the less you'll need others to make you happy. Because, in the end, the strongest support you can have isn't someone holding your hand, but the inner drive that keeps propelling you forward. If you're still watching and finding these tips helpful, please leave a 4 in the comments to show you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you do so and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's continue. The fifth pillar is emotional resilience. Life tests you no matter how old you are. After 60, the challenges don't stop, they simply shift. Friendships fade, loved ones pass, health problems arise, and sometimes life feels lonelier than it used to. The reality is, no matter how much support you get from others, the most dependable source of strength will always come from within. Your ability to adapt, process your emotions, and find peace in tough moments is what keeps you going, even when things don't go as planned. Many people depend on family for emotional support, believing their children, siblings, or relatives will always be there to comfort them. But the truth is, everyone has their own challenges. They might not always have the time or energy to provide the emotional stability you need. That's why building emotional resilience is crucial. It helps you find strength within yourself instead of constantly relying on others. Take Helen's story, a 75-year-old woman who lost her husband after 40 years of marriage. Initially, she turned to her children for emotional support, but over time, she realized that while they cared deeply, they had their own families and duties. She understood she couldn't expect them to fill the emptiness inside her. Rather than letting her grief overwhelm her, she focused on strengthening herself emotionally. She joined a support group, began journaling, and practiced daily gratitude. Eventually, she discovered something powerful. She didn't need someone else to fix her sadness. She had the strength to heal on her own. Emotional resilience isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending to be strong all the time. It's about acknowledging pain, processing it in a healthy way, and developing coping mechanisms that allow you to navigate life's challenges with grace. It's about having outlets, whether that's writing, meditation, therapy, or simple self-reflection, that help you find inner peace without relying on others to provide it. Whatever life throws at you, the ability to stand strong on your own will always be one of your greatest supports. The more you develop emotional resilience, the less you'll feel dependent on others to feel complete. Because, in the end, the person who will always be with you through every hardship and triumph is you. The sixth pillar is your ability to adapt. If there's one truth about life after 60, it's that nothing stays the same. People change, circumstances shift, and things you once relied on may no longer be as dependable as they once were. The key to thriving in this phase of life is not holding on to the past, but embracing change. Those who struggle most with aging tend to be those who resist change, who hold on tightly to what once was, rather than accepting what is. But those who learn to adapt, remain open, and welcome new possibilities, will find joy and fulfillment regardless of what life brings. Many people assume that once they reach a certain age, they are set in their ways. But this mindset can be harmful. It can prevent you from finding new opportunities, meeting new people, and discovering things that could enrich your life. Being adaptable isn't just about accepting change, it's about actively seeking ways to grow with it. Take Frank, for instance, a 78-year-old man who had always relied on in-person friendships to stay connected. When many of his friends moved away or passed, he initially felt lost. He thought, maybe this is just how it is when you get older. But rather than giving in to loneliness, he chose to adjust. He learned how to use video calls to stay in touch with family far away, joined an online history discussion group, and even made some new friends along the way. Instead of allowing change to defeat him, he embraced it and grew. The people who thrive after 60 aren't necessarily those with the most resources or the strongest support systems. They are the ones who refuse to stay stuck in their old ways, who stay curious, and who find ways to adapt no matter what life throws at them. If a door closes, they search for another. If a relationship shifts, they find new ways to connect. If something stops working, they're open to trying something different. Your ability to adapt is one of the most powerful sources of support you'll ever have. It enables you to face life with resilience, hope, and self-assurance. The more you accept change instead of fearing it, the less you'll feel like you're losing something, and the more you'll realize that every phase of life offers new opportunities to gain. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment the number 6 below to let me know you're here. Your support motivates me to keep creating content that matters to you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Your support helps us continue to produce great content that informs and inspires. Now let's wrap things up. Turning 60 and beyond is a stage in life full of both wisdom and challenges. While family will always be important, the truth is the most dependable support you'll ever have isn't found in others, but in the foundation you create for yourself. Your financial stability ensures you won't have to rely on others to get by. Your physical health determines whether you can maintain your independence. Your social circle keeps you connected, engaged, and emotionally nourished. Your sense of purpose gives direction and meaning to your life, regardless of your age. Your emotional resilience strengthens you against life's inevitable challenges. And your adaptability helps you thrive even when things don't go as planned. If you have these 6 pillars in place, you will never feel completely alone. You won't have to beg for help, feel helpless in tough situations, or wait for someone to step in and rescue you. True stability doesn't come from hoping others will always be there for you. It comes from knowing you're already prepared to stay strong, no matter what life throws your way. Thank you for watching today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share something you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your feedback is important to us, so feel free to share. Reading your comments gives us tremendous motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.